From NBC News, this is Today with Lester Holt.
So much for all those health segments we've brought you in the past. Still ahead on Today, pulp, premium, not from concentrate. So many options, but which OJ is the best? We're putting orange juice to the test. But first, these messages. At some point, we're also going to talk about orange juice. I'm going to be involved in kind of a blind taste test of different orange juices. You see the signs premium and super premium and
super
extra pulp and all those things.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Do you get what you pay for? Well, folks at America's Test Kitchen did a test, and we're going to see if we can pick the right one. We'll see.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
find out.
Little suspense.
We'll find out.
Our juice is flowing with the best orange juices around. Should you really pay more for a premium OJ? We'll find out after these messages.
This morning on Today's Kitchen, the squeeze on orange juice. Maybe you're sipping a glass of premium or even super premium right now. What does that really mean? And is it worth the extra money? Chris Kimball from Crooks Illustrated and America's Test Kitchen is here with the answers. And Chris, good morning.
Thank you.
What do those labels mean? When you say premium or super premium, does that automatically mean the more super, you're getting a better drink?
It means absolutely nothing.
Really? But you pay more, right?
But you pay more. It means you pay more. You know, years ago in the produce section, you started to see fresh squeezed orange juice show up. And it was more expensive. Instead of $3 or $4 for a 64-ounce container, it was $5 to $10. And originally, 20 years ago, they were just fresh squeezed orange juice. They were great. In the 90s, they started to flash pasteurize them.
Right, so
they're heating them. So they might heat them to 170 degrees or 200 degrees for a few seconds. And that, of course, will diminish the flavor a little bit because it starts to cook it. So we did a taste test of these super premiums to understand how good they were, which one we liked, and how they compare to some of the other kinds.
Well, what we're going to do here is I'm going to participate in a blind taste test. You've got 5 different juices here. And while we do that, we'll talk. And one of the things I want to ask you about is how, in terms of what your testers, did they notice the difference between the premium and the super premium?
Well, they noticed a big difference, so now we're going to find out if you noticed a big difference. You know, when people taste, it's how many taste buds on their tongue. Some people just have more taste buds, so we're going to see how you do. So first of all, what happens when they process oranges? They wash them, they remove the peel and pith, and if they're going to put them into a concentrate like this, they evaporate it, they pasteurize it, and they freeze it. If it just goes into a container, they're going to pasteurize it. But the super premiums don't have quite as much heat. It's flash pasteurization, as I said, so there's more flavor.
And then what about the type of oranges used? Did that make a big difference, where they came from?
Yeah, we found actually that there were 2 kinds. There was California oranges and there was Florida oranges. Florida oranges are a little sweeter.
This is harder than I thought, by the way, but go ahead.
It looks like an easy job, doesn't it? This is what I have to do every day. So the Florida orange is a little sweeter, and we tend to like those. Now, there's one other thing. Tropicana, among others, uses a mix of oranges, not just Valencia. They use pineapple oranges, they use Hamlins. We found that mix of 3 different types actually to be great. Yeah. So Tropicana, this is a Tropicana. This is about $4 for a container. This did very well in the tasting, actually, because it used those 3 oranges. And our winner in the tasting, which is Natalie's, they also use the same 3 oranges. So it's that mix of oranges from Florida which seemed to make a big difference.
Okay, this is...
Have you tasted them all yet?
I've tasted them all, and I'm trying to remember. But
did you taste that one?
I did, and I think that's the one I like the most.
This guy's...
Did I do it?
This guy's great.
Did I do it?
Natalie's is our winner.
It was between... What was the second place? I thought this one was the second.
The second place, oddly enough, was this one.
Was that one?
This is Tropicana,
this one again.
and this is really not a super premium. This is about $4. This is around $7.5.
You know what it was? I'm realizing as I go back, this one really tastes like an orange. I mean, really tastes like I've got a fresh squeezed orange.
Yeah, that was terrific. Now, this is a Dwala, which is also a premium. People didn't like this as much. It had a few sort of off flavors.
Right.
And finally, the last 2 things. We like concentrate actually doesn't do too badly. It does better than
I'm glad you said that because I like this. It's easy to store and...
It's not bad. This is heated twice before they concentrate it and afterwards. So we like the frozen a little bit better than fresh from concentrate.
All right. Well, Chris Kimball, always nice to have you. Thanks. Well, I'm glad I picked the right one.
The winner.
But I think it was a faraway winner.
It was a faraway winner.
All right. We're going to be... Thank you very much. We're going to be right back, but first, these messages.